Hey everyone, I'm Charting Man Dan with the Chart Guys. We had a pretty uneventful day in the markets overall, but some sideways consolidation does favor the bulls after such a strong Friday. Low volume as everybody's waiting for the CPI reaction tomorrow. Little bit of a sign of rotation, Tesla bulls standing out. I'll show you what I'm looking for if the bulls are going to continue to prove it.
All right, so overall, an uneventful day. We can see SPY actually a first red Monday in like 17 or 18 weeks, but down 0.1%. So again, after such a significant bull day on Friday, sideways consolidation is healthy. And the big question is the CPI numbers tomorrow morning pre-market. If it's bullish, we're going to look to fresh highs. We're looking up at resistance of 444.44. Try and remember that. And if it's a bearish reaction, the low of Thursday, 433.40, is the most important level. The simple statement for me is on the daily chart, the bulls have absolute complete control as long as the low of Thursday is support. If we lose that level, we zoom out and look for a weekly higher low. We know eventually weekly consolidation is going to have to take place because we have to confirm a weekly uptrend if we're going to follow through to try and head back to the summer highs. The S&P 500 has a bit further to go than the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, let's see, S&P 500 from the summer high, 3.74%. NASDAQ got within 2.5% to end last week. Inside bar on the NASDAQ today, the bears did defend resistance, but the bulls also defended support. Look at this battle here midday. This was a battle for the afternoon where we had a low, held it. Finally broke by a few pennies, zero follow through, and then bulls took back over. So bears did play a little bit of defense at the high of Friday, but bulls still have control. For me, I'm keeping the simple statement. I will not short the NASDAQ or the S&P 500 until the NASDAQ confirms the first hourly downtrend, lower high and lower low, the first one in over 2 weeks. That will stand out to me. But until that happens, I'll look at individual names bearish. I tried to short MARA today, ended up stopping out, break even on my attempt here. Should have been a bit more patient to play off the high of the day. But individual names, individual sectors, they've got weakness. We know the energy sector is weaker. We know crypto stocks certainly weaker, but broader market holding on just fine. And as I mentioned, what I am looking for is rotation. Do we see the weaker sectors play catch up? That would be exactly what happened over the summer. Over the summer, early May to mid-May, everybody's saying the breadth is terrible. This can't continue. And then IWM, ARKK shot up. The market ran up double-digit percentage over the next 6 weeks. And I'm watching to see if that same setup is shaping up again now. And so if that's going to happen, I want to see XLV confirm a daily uptrend. Its higher low is now set. Bulls would have to break 128.89 to confirm the daily uptrend. So that has to happen for the bulls to continue feeling confident. IWM, trying to set the daily higher low, same deal. Got to head back to the recent highs to try and confirm a daily uptrend. ARKK is closer to the recent highs. Bulls need to confirm a daily bull flag here to follow through. So those are 3 important sectors that I'm watching this week. We saw intra-sector rotation today, where all last week what helped me to exit my bearish positions and not fight the bulls was the fact that Apple and NVDA and Amazon were just going up every day. Today they pulled back. Apple with a daily inside bar, Amazon daily inside bar, and NVDA stayed strong. We'll look at that in just a moment. But while they were consolidating, there was rotation. Meta bulls continuation, NVDA bulls continuation, and Tesla. Relative strength stood out pre-market. Bulls followed through in a big way. If Tesla breaks 226.37, daily uptrend confirms. And again, it was essentially Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft pulling back, Tesla, NVDA, Meta offsetting it. And so keeping an eye on that intra-sector rotation as well as the inter-sector rotation to see if it remains healthy. SMH, daily inside bar, very similar to the NASDAQ. Again, knocking on the door of all-time highs. We're just 3% or so away from all-time highs and from confirming this monthly bull flag right off EMA 12. No red flags whatsoever on the monthly charts for QQQ, SMH, Microsoft, etc. NVDA. NVDA testing all-time highs. daily stair-step pattern, which means a higher low every single day, 9 days in a row. It's just a question of, do we break the all-time high 3% away? Now 4%, 3.5%. Do we break the all-time high, or do we lose that daily stair-step pattern first? If we lose it, we scout a daily high or low. We watch for first hourly oversold conditions to play a bounce. Netflix also has a daily stair-step pattern, high or low every day, 11 days in a row, knocking on the door of some key resistance. I'm keeping an eye out for a Netflix swing short when the stair-step pattern breaks, looking for weekly consolidation to potentially shape up, considering we've gone straight up 30% since the low. Talked about healthcare. XLV, trying to confirm this little cup and handle pattern. We broke resistance by 1 penny. That's not enough. Need to clear $34 for the bulls here. All I care about is 34 and 33.46. One of those levels is going to break. Bulls are hoping it's 34 to continue their strength. Talked about IWM and ARKK. AI set a daily high or low. I'm moving my stop up on my remaining AI swing. Sold 40% in the upper 28s. Didn't reload it, didn't have enough confidence, but just moving up the stop from down here to up there. And if we are going to see rotation, we would expect AI to join IWM and ARKK heading back to the recent highs. PLTR holding strong. MSOS holding strong. I put out a cannabis video specific to the sector in depth over the weekend. Check it out if you're interested and have not seen it yet. I'm watching for 2-week equilibriums in the sector. Anything under 988 will be a lower high. In the absence of news, we're going to look to tighten up within this range into the end of the year. In my opinion, a lot of this move is the sentiment shift in the broader market the last 2 weeks. But it's impressive. It's nice follow through. Solid bull volume today. And worth paying attention to this sector for when a headline drops with rescheduling, because there will be significant opportunity to jump in on that momentum. Again, this was the short squeeze that resulted just from a recommendation of a rescheduling. So if we actually get rescheduling, can anticipate that we will likely head right back up to those recent highs. The dollar pulling back on the daily. I've been watching the 2-day time frame. If the bears are going to prove follow through and negate the weekly bull flag, we really want to see a bear break of 104.84. Nope. Yep. 104.84. So a little bit of weakness in the dollar. The metals are trying to bounce. Have to confirm 4-hour uptrends on gold. We broke the lower highs into tomorrow. We must confirm the 4-hour uptrend. Silver, same thing. Must confirm the 4-hour uptrend. The miners are still significantly weak. Lots of space for a daily lower high to be the result of the next bounce from here. Closing at the low of the day for the miners. Still full bear control there. Have to see gold head back up towards all-time highs for that to change. TLT battling to hold daily support. If we lose 86.60, which is held now, if we lose 86.60, weekly lower high is set, and it's then up to the bulls to confirm a weekly uptrend to have any confidence in the bottom. But for now, no weekly consolidation. It's all about 86.60 in the short term. Oil, daily bounce following through a bit. Watching EMA 12 resistance to come into play tomorrow. Still in the XLE short swing. I'll walk down my risk-free stop whenever we set a new daily lower high, wherever that is. And natural gas bulls showing up. Big bounce finally underway. We did confirm a little 4-hour uptrend today. And now the bulls will need to confirm a daily uptrend whenever this move tops out to try and get the first daily uptrend that we've seen in many weeks. CCJ uranium, continuation, all-time highs adjusted for the dividend coming into play. Still one of the strongest charts out there, monthly, weekly, daily uptrend. Other than that, we'll see what CPI does. Bears need help. And watching that rotation. Hope you had a great weekend. Do good things. This was the haul from the squash that grew by volunteer in the compost pile. Most of them didn't get ripe enough, so I will dish them out to the squirrels throughout the winter, and they will plant the seeds and give me more next year.
think I'll eat that skitty squash. It's good enough. One more round of mowing up leaves, chopping them up, putting them in piles, letting them decompose to use in the spring.